The reception in the community has been overall very good, but also there's a range. So, like when we first opened, there's people who come into through the doors and they're like, our French toast has a couple untraditional elements in it. And so, they come up to me and they're like, why do you do this? Can you just make it normal? And the answer is always no. Because I really believe in what we're doing. And I believe that this product is something that is representation of my experience, and it's still unarguably Chinese. It's not, something totally different. It's not fusion. We're not integrating other Asian ingredients. We're not integrating all these things. So what is it? I think it's modernized, and so I think a lot of people haven't seen it. I think a lot of people, it's a risk as a business owner to do something like this, because if traditional hot pot works, let's do traditional hot pot. I can assure that I make money, everyone likes it, whatever. Dim sum, traditional dim sum, it works. So why don't I open a dim sum restaurant? I think this is where I'm in a position as a second generation Chinese American, where it's like, I went to college, I got a degree, I got my master's degree, not in cooking, and then I had a choice that I could make to go into cooking. And so I think that choice allows me to make these decisions based off of passion and craft and mastery versus survival. Like my grandfather, on both sides, and my grandmother as well, they worked in restaurants. And it wasn't because they loved to cook, just because they came over, there's no other jobs. And that's what they could do. I have the luxury of choosing to do this. And so when I choose to do this, I think the craft starts to change. It becomes something that's, again, uniquely speaks to my experience as a Chinese American. So it's not Chinese, but it's also not traditional. So I think the reception has grown to be more receptive over time as we've stayed longer, as more and more people have come. And this is mostly for the Chinese community. I think the reception for the non-Chinese community has also been really welcoming. And I think because we kind of we operate in this space in between the Chinese and the American, I think the benefit of it is that we can also attract, the people that are open to it, no offense, right? People who are like, I love Chinese food because I love, poo-poo platters and General Tso's chicken and stuff. But I'm willing to try something else. And then you have the Chinese folks who are like, I love Chinese food, but I also am not that stubborn. And I feel like things can change. Those folks are the ones that come, and those are, that's the customer base that we have.
Yeah, in terms of customer base, how would you say it's distributed? Would you say it's mostly still Chinese? How would you think it's distributed?
Yeah, in terms of customer base distribution, I think it's a range. I think we're still learning because we've been around for just under 2 years now, and I think in the beginning what we saw was weekdays. It was local Quincy folks that were coming in and ordering more of the traditional items on the menu. And on weekends, we had folks, more non-Chinese folks coming from different parts of the state coming in. We've been privileged and blessed enough to have several accolades and several awards that we've won. And so I think those awards generally are more valued in the non-Chinese spaces, in non-Chinese community spaces, and so that has drawn a lot of folks in as well that aren't Chinese, which we welcome fully. I think we really believe in cooking food that's authentic to my experience as Chinese American, and from there, whoever wants to consume it is welcome to consume it.